Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om. Our humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Yoga Research Foundation, Miami, Florida. Pranams to all saints and sages. Blessed self-adorations. Welcome you all to another day Satsanga on the Crest Jewels of Mantra by Pujya Gurudev. And today is day 2. Day 1, the topic was the power of mantra. In day 2, the topic is the art of repeating mantra. So what does mantra mean? Mantra is now used liberally everywhere for everything. You hear in everyday life people say, this is my mantra. So this has been, mantra is a Sanskrit word that came through our Rishi Munis and repeatedly used in our scriptures, and that is what we have been taught, handed over from our lineage to chant mantra, mantra japa. So man is mind, and tra is transcend. So japa. So jap, keep repeating the mantra or Lord's name and transcend to higher consciousness. Go beyond the mind level. Because mind is a part of our astral body, but the soul is beyond that. So, transcend the mind to higher consciousness. Through japa, through meditation, and also when you are doing selfless service, when you are attending satsanga, when you are reading scriptures, and when you give unconditional love to somebody, when you are praying for all beings or for an individual, all these, when you transcend your mind and touch the supreme consciousness, that is also mantra. That means you are transcending the mind and you are one with the Lord at that time. Your soul with Supreme Soul, your Atman with Paramatman, They are one at that time. The mind has no play there. Of course, to begin with, yes, unless the mind tells you or supports you on the positive path, you would not be doing japa. So let us have a little bit of recap on yesterday, which is the power of mantra. You all know now how powerful is mantra chanting. And so mantra and name chanting. So for if you have Om Shri Ramaya Namaha, if that is your Guru mantra or Ishta mantra, you can also chant Ram, 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 Ram. Or if your mantra is Om Namah Shivaya, then you can also chant Shiva, 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 Shiva. This is Nama Japa, Japa of name, God's name. And when you say Om Shri Ramaya Namaha or Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha, that is a mantra, like continuous. Om is the smallest, or I shouldn't say smallest, Om is the shortest mantra, but the potency it has is extreme, beyond what we can think about. Without Om, the mantra is incomplete. But Nama Smaran, Nama Japa, on its own does not have to have Om. But if you want to, it will become more energy giving. Om Krishna, Om Krishna, Om Krishna, or simply Om, Om, Om. So this is so powerful. You don't just have to do Om, 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 Om. That's fine. If you have to, like you want to make it like bhajan or something, that's fine. But when you are sitting down, or even when you are working, remember we say, Mukh mein Ram Naam, Haath mein Kaam. So that means while you are chanting, you can still do your work. But when you do it with that bhavana, that deep divine love, then it is like you are sucking the sugar candy slowly, or chocolate. You don't eat it like gulp it. You do it slowly so you can take the sweetness of it, taste the sweetness. बोलते रस लेकर खाते हैं. So you taste it little by little with joy, bliss. Same way as mantra. So you will notice it, how it is when you do quick versus when you do slowly, and then give that little bit silence in between the end of the first one and the beginning of the next one. Even when you breathe, there is a little bit of gap. There's silence there. That silent moment is the time you are with that Supreme. All other time, your little bit of your mind is little bit involved, because you are remembering that mantra and then chanting. But eventually, the mind has to dissolve. And when you continuously chant without even thinking, So when there is, give that gap and feel that you are one with the Lord. Knowing that, you will really enjoy that bliss, that silence in between, the silent moment. So like, take deep breath, and this becomes another pranayam. So if you don't sit and do your lom bilom or any other different types of pranayam, then this is enough. If you are running short of time, this is enough. It's your japa also, your pranayam also, that you have so much vibrations within your heart, within your body, touching all organs, and that vibrations spread around you and outer circumference of you also. So it's like then you take the deep breath and then you start again. So day one we had ended with the last portion was, most people repeat mantra as a means to an end. Like they just say, I have this many. The Guru says, do 10 mala a day. I have to finish it. Just keep going. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Okay. What did you get out of it? You did, but not as much as you could have if you chanted Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So try to practice this way. And at that time, don't worry about doing 10 mala or 20 mala. It's not just a task to complete. You have to do it with love and devotion, the divine love touching the feet of the Supreme. That you can imagine the form. Shiva mantra, Lord Shiva. Krishna mantra, Lord Krishna. Rama mantra, Lord Rama. So that's what you should do. And then whenever they become aware of a certain need, they turn to mantra for help. So so many people just chant mantra because, oh, so-and-so is sick, let me chant. Yes, chant. But chant also in addition to your daily sadhana. The mantra that you chant, it is separate from if you are chanting mantra for someone else. So even the one that you are chanting, everyone receives it. Everyone receives the blessings. But when you are specifically wanting to do for someone, then that is in addition. Then you do that 1 day, 2 days, and then don't do it later. That's okay. But your sadhana mantra, you have to do it continuously. As I have repeated many times, you don't have to sit and do it. Maybe only 108 times you sit and do it. All others, you are doing your job, you do that mantra mentally, without disturbing others though, without letting others know what you are doing, because that is done mentally. So, and be consistent, but promise yourself, take sankalpa, that you will do it at least for this time, at least for 15 minutes you will sit down as your sadhana. If you are a busy person, if you have more time, then you should devote more time. We didn't come here on this earth just to work, do worldly things, eat and live and marry. Like marry, I mean the joyousness, having fun, all those things. Yes, it's allowed, but how much? If that takes priority versus your sadhana, then something's wrong. Because God sent us here to know God and to go back to a real home. But we have a task in other way, not the worldly duties. It's there. You have to work and earn and eat and survive. But at the same time, think of God also. Do some service also. So then people chant and then they turn to mantra for help once they are okay, and then abandon it. So they abandon japa until they encounter the next problem. So then they start again. This should not be so. Regular repetition wards off any problems, and those that do arise are handled with increasing grace and dexterity. If problems come even after you are chanting and doing your sadhana, that means there is something that needs to be purged. And you can pray for Lord to give you strength. So that is very important to understand. The art of repeating mantra. The repetition of mantra is an intensive form of spiritual movement because there is an artistically designed blueprint behind it. Raj Yoga states, Part 1, Sutra 28, Tat Japaha Tadartha Bhavanam. Tat Japaha Tadartha Bhavanam. The divine name should be repeated with meaning and feeling. When a person repeats the divine name with an internal feeling of devotion, the mantra becomes far more effective. Most importantly, impress upon your mind that the name you are repeating is the name of God, the sacred name of the all-encompassing reality. Then, as a result of your persistent and sincere daily practice, as soon as you begin repeating your mantra, an immediate calm will descend upon your mind and your heart will be overwhelmed with joy. So when that happens, you'll feel that joy whole day. The nectarine bliss. So the divine name is like a mystic sugar candy. When mantra is repeated secretly within your heart, with reverence and earnestness, you begin to enjoy the amazing sweetness arising from divine feeling. This form of positive association can be intensified by satsanga or good association and study of scriptures which promote increasing sattva. Sattva means purity. During the state of purity, you will experience a unique form of happiness that cannot be found through the objects of the world. This will create special impressions in your chitta or unconsciousness that inspire you to pursue the real source of all joy, the divine self who abides within your heart. Aspirants will find it very beneficial to repeat any mantra they have chosen according to their devotional inclination. However, a very important part of Japa Yoga is mantra initiation by a guru. Through this initiation, a mystical connection is established between the aspirant and their mantra, because it has so much potency, it has so much charge already, because it's handed down from the lineage all the way. Then the powers of the repetition of mantra by the lineage, saints and sages, reaches down to the aspirants also when they receive that mantra from Guru from our lineage. Impressing upon the mind the profound meaning behind the root letters of the mantra. So the root letters of the mantra no words will explain how much energy it brings. Through initiation, an aspirant consciously and unconsciously becomes aware of the divine presence permeating the mantra, foregoing an ever-strengthening link with God. Although you may not always remember every root letter and its meaning, your unconscious has picked up the deeper implication. A very powerful positive force is created through the rite of initiation. Therefore, once your unconscious has become more spiritually sensitive, though you may think you are just mechanically repeating the mantra, it is never so. Not a single repetition of mantra is ever wasted. So here I will emphasize that even if you do Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, just say you had a sad day, you had some hardship going on, or somebody sick in family, you have other chores to do, and at that time you are unable to bring in that peace, and you don't have that much time. So your mind works very differently at different times. You all know that. So at that time you have to take long breaths, and then if you do faster chanting, that is fine. It will take over your lineage, your guru, your unconscious. The mantra that's sitting in your unconscious takes over and blesses you abundantly. And if you do 11 mantras, 21 mantras during this hardship time, it is like you chanted 1008 mantra. God knows everything. But if you chant 11 mantra because you are lazy, tamas, then that's not the case. So repeating even mechanical repetition of mantra is never wasted. So not a single repetition of mantra is ever wasted. There is always an unconscious potency, even the mere sound of the mantra. So just like if you are just listening to it, that mere sound of the mantra has a subtle influence over the mind and creates a profound impression within your unconscious. So I do want to add on here that when you go to bed, you are retiring for the day, do your prayers, do a little bit of pranams and some meditation if you are not too tired. But if you form a habit, it will allow you. Take some time, 15 minutes, half an hour. Even if you sit on your bed, do these due diligence to surrender everything, your every thought, word and action to the Lord. whatever has happened whole day. But there are different rules that people have made. They do some likit japa also before sleeping, or they do meditation, deeper meditation before sleeping, or they pray, or they do mantra chanting. So also they write their diary for the day, which is a very good habit. If you write a diary and say you have set your goals, that this is what you will do during the day, or morning sadhana, daytime, your evening time, and then you reflect the whole day and say, did I meet this, did I do this, or I failed, or what should I do, how should I improve, should I modify the time limit, things like that. So everyone is different. Some do it mentally, they are able to remember, and some write down. But it's about your due diligence. So before that, when you go retiring, you do all these things, pray and meditate and do japa. I want to emphasize on this, that once you do your japa, when you hit the bed, you continuously do your japa, or just like I said, Ram, 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 Ram. Mentally you continue. You don't want to disturb somebody else around by doing it loudly. So do it mentally and do the japa. And as you fall off to sleep, your unconscious is automatically repeating that Nam or that mantra that you went off to sleep with. And God forbid, and if something happens while you are sleeping, you hear so many people, they say, oh, he was sleeping and he passed away. No one knows what time. So if you do this and fall off to sleep and something like that happens, that means your conscious, in your unconscious, you slept consciously with that mantra, but your subconscious or unconscious fully, it has been repeating, and you will reach the Lord. So I want to emphasize on this, that make sure you go to bed before sleeping, before your eyes really close and you get into that sleep state, continuously repeat your mantra or namasmaran and fall off to sleep. That's very important. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashchit Dukha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadagamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam, Urvarukamiyo Bandhanan, Mrityor Mokshi Mamritat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Hare Paramatmane, Pranatakleshanashaye, Govindaye Namo Namaha. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Divine love, light, healing, bliss, prosperity, nectarine bliss, Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti to each one of you. Do your mantra japa. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda of Sacramento, California. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya, Narayana Narayana, Shriman Narayana. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.